Hello. In one of my videos, I talk about the elasticity of demand, and I mentioned that there are two formulas. The midpoint formula, which I showed in the earlier video, but also there is a percentage formula, which is much easier. As a student, if you are lucky enough to get a question that asks you to calculate the PED, price elasticity of demand, and the percentage numbers have been given to you in the question, then you're lucky, and all you have to do is to slot those numbers into the formula. You might be wondering why I've got this orange here, because I'm going to use the orange as my example. So bear with me. I'm going to write the formula down, and then we will start doing the analysis. So here is the formula. The PED, or elasticity, is denoted as the percentage change. This sign here in economics is change, okay? When price moves from P1 to P2, that's a change, okay? So in quantity demanded. So quantity demanded has changed by a particular percentage. What has happened to price? Well, also the percentage change in the price of the same good. Let's say orange, okay? In the case of this orange, let's say for whatever reason, the price of oranges have decreased by 25%. Okay, the price of oranges have decreased by 25%. What's going to happen to the elasticity of this market if the quantity also has increased by 50%, for example? So I'm going to write those numbers there. Okay, oranges, so oranges price has decreased by 25%. And what happened? Well, and quantity demanded has increased by 50%. We know that if the price of a good goes down, the quantity demanded will increase as well. So that's what is happening right now. So here is the calculation that you have to do. You have to write your elasticity formula and you put the numbers there. So let's start with the quantity demanded, which is 50%. So 50% over 25%. So let's work it out. If you divide here 25 into 25, it's 1. 25 into 50, it's 2. Okay, so your answer is really 2. Okay, you can see it quite straightforward. It's quite easy. If you get this in the exam, you must count yourself very lucky. So your elasticity number is 2. Now remember, in economics, elasticity of demand, there are interpretations for whatever number you get in your calculation. In this case, your value is 2. And the rule is, if you get a value bigger than 1, then that is termed elastic. Okay? So for the case that we've just analyzed, technically speaking, we can say the elasticity of this orange is elastic, or we can say this market is facing elastic demand as far as the orange is concerned. There are other rules as well. If the number was less than 1, we call that inelastic, as in the case of salt. If you do the calculation for salt, the percentage change in price is going to be much bigger than the percentage decrease in the quantity demanded of salt. Of course, without salt, our food is going to taste really, really bad. And perhaps we'll need to have an orange after that meal to feel much better. Thank you. I'll see you in the next class.